His or her house. This is our house.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends, and I want to thank everybody that subscribes to my show and show me love all over the world. Today on The Legends, I have somebody that I've been following for years. He's a fantastic DJ based out of New Jersey, and he's a very big impact in New Jersey as a DJ. And I bring to The Legends today DJ Punch Zanzibar. What's up, Punch?
Hey, what's up, Tyrone?
All right, my man. Now, before we get started, man, I'm going to let you know that I've admired you through the years. I've even played some of your songs, and it's an honor to have you on my show, The Legends. So what we're going to do, we're going to take you way back, because from what I was actually doing my homework, your father and your uncle were actually drummers. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
And so how did that actually influence you?
Well, my uncle owned a record shop downtown Newark, New Jersey, called Branford Record. Mm-hmm. My father played drums, and my mother's brother played the congos.
Right.
So, my uncle, they used to come over to the house, and my father used to, practice on the drums and everything. And he used to go to my uncle's record shop and, get records and bring them home. And he just started practicing with the records and stuff, with the drums. Yeah.
So that took you to a whole other level, because I see in the beginning you hung out with some big DJs, which actually, that actually taught you the craft of actually spinning and production and things like that. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about how that was going.
Well, it was back. We had the Gentlemen of Leisure, which is Herb, and Mark Ford Disco, which was DJ Slim, and we call him our uncle. He worked with Richard Long, Disco Chuck.
Okay, all right.
So hanging around with them, but Chuck pretty much, took me and my cousin Flip under his wings, and we started going to a whole bunch of clubs. He designed and built a lot of speakers for Richard Long. So we was young, and we was able to get in these, clubs.
Right.
Or Zanzibar, the Garage. What was that? Studio 54. Those was the clubs that Richard Long put the systems in, and Chuck, built them, and we had to, go with him.
Okay. So let's talk about your very first professional gig in a club. Let's talk about that.
Gig? Wow. Let's see. My first gig in a club was actually Club Sensation.
Okay.
I mean, I played at other clubs, but Sensation was the actual big club before I got to Zanzibar. Okay. So Chuck did this. Disco Chuck did the sound system. Him and Kelly Willoughby, they did the sound system, and he took me in there, and he introduced me to Kelly, and he Kelly gave me a shot, and the rest was history.
I hear that.
Yeah.
And so when you actually play for a crowd, what's the sensation and energy that you have to actually impact a crowd of over 100 people? What do you be feeling, man? What kind of energy does it give you?
Well, I was taught to read the crowd.
Right. Okay.
So, when the crowd come in, I actually, play certain records to see, where the crowd is actually going.
Okay.
And I mainly feed off the women. You know what I'm saying? Because
ain't nothing wrong with that.
The women make the party. You know what I'm saying?
They sure do. They certainly do.
When I played, well, back then, you figure a lot of artists like Lolita Holloway, Linda Clifford, Jocelyn Brown, they made a lot of records that was, target as far as the women to understand.
Most definitely.
So I played a lot of those records. and we call them sing along, but they pretty much like that. They really like those vocals and stuff and everything. Mm-hmm.
So when I say DJ Shank, what can you say about that?
That's my partner, man.
Right.
I met Shank when I was playing at Club Alleganza.
Okay.
In Newark on 16th Avenue. And he came in and introduced himself to me and everything, and we just clicked, man.
Right.
And we got together. He came to my house, came to his house. We was young. Right. We talked, hey man, we can, do some parties together. So we called ourselves Peanuts Production, which is Punch and Shank.
Right.
And we were doing a lot of the high school parties, and the biggest party we ever did outside of Zanzibar, where we did Twin City.
Okay.
We used to bring our system. Shank built a semi-Richard Long system, but we called it the Bombshell.
Okay.
So he built those, and then along with my equipment, and then we were just going around North Irvington, East Orange, and doing a lot of the high school parties and stuff. And then we made it down to Zanzibar.
Your Punch, how did you come up with powder? Baby powder. Baby powder. Now that tripped me out for a matter of years. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go to most clubs, especially house clubs, they spray the baby powder on the floor. For dance reasons, for resistance and things of that. So how did you come up with that name? And also tell the viewers what it actually represents. Yeah, well, it came about from going to the clubs. Okay. And I know talking to my mother and my father and them, and because back in the day, it wasn't baby powder. They used the sand dust to put on the floor, right, to make them, glide and stuff. So you figure once Zanzibar and Garage and all that came about, then we saw people putting baby powder on the floor. So my cousin Flip, we got together, and I said, hey man, I think we can start doing some parties, and we was trying to come up with a name. I said, yo, we just do baby powder parties and everything. Okay. And we been using it ever since then. And when I was working in the radio station in South Carolina, Charleston, that was my title as far as the show and stuff. Okay. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. Bringing house music to the South, how did that work out? Well, it really, because the radio station. If it was for the radio station, it'd have been harder for me to really introduce it. But at the same time, remember, we got a lot of northern people. Exactly. Right. Mm-hmm. So when I got down to Charleston, South Carolina, and I had a house show from 8 to midnight, and I did the show, and all of a sudden I started getting phone calls. People would say, "Hey man, is this true? You doing house music?" Man, I'm from Jersey, I'm from New York, I'm from Philly, and and then it just went on and on. And so it was a big success when I was in Charleston, South Carolina, radio station. And that's really cool, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a little break, and we're going to play something by Punch, and also when we come back, we're going to talk about production. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yeah. got some fun people in the house tonight.
This is our house.
And we're back. My name is Tyrone Lowe. This is my show, The Legends. And in the house of the Legends, I have DJ Punch. What's up, Punch?
Hey, what's going on, Tyrone?
Yes, sir. So now we're going to talk about the production side of you, because this guy has production that's like out of this world. So when did you start doing production, Punch?
I actually started doing the production. A good friend of mine, Paul Scott.
Okay.
He taught me and my partner Shank. Club Sensation not only was a club, but they also had a studio inside the club. So, you know, he pretty much took us under his wings, and, you know, from my family, you know, already being in the music industry. So it was easy for me to catch on and everything. I mean, I'm a one finger man, you know, when it comes down to playing the keyboard, but, you know, I had the ear, and like I said, my father, my mother, aunts, and they all was in church and singing in the choir, cousins and stuff. So I picked it up real easy.
My question to you is, how did you incorporate the church mix? Because you have a lot of that in your tracks, organ, you know, things like that. So tell the viewers about that.
Well, you know, background, my grandmother, you know, to drag us to church. So, you know, listening to the choir and you know, the drummers and the, you know, just that Hammond organ and keyboard, it just, you know, it just like put that soul in you and stuff. And you know, like I said, listen to my pop, my father, and all of them, and hear my mother and them sing. You know, they be in the house cooking and singing and everything. So, you know, it just bonded to me.
Right. So, Punch, you got a new track out. It's called Father, Can You Hear Me? Can you tell the viewers about that?
Oh, yeah. Tamala Man. Just, again, you know, I'm into the soulful gospel stuff. And, you know, I was listening to it. I always, you know, as a DJ, I do my homework. You know, I listen to certain tracks, and that record right there just really caught me. So I just started playing around with it and, you know, adding this and adding that, and boom, came up with a masterpiece. So it's out now on Cyberjam Records and Bandcamp. So people can go pick it up and check it out.
So you guys go out there, pick it up, support him on that, and support him on the rest of the stuff that he has for years, man. This guy's ongoing. So I'm going to ask you a question. You know, can you actually tell the viewers, you know, because they have a lot of upcoming artists that's coming out right now as far as producers, DJs, you know, whatever craft there is anything that you can actually tell them to encourage them?
Well, you know, I think I told you, you know, I do the DJ class, you know, I teach.
Okay.
You know, so,
and tell them the location of it and how they actually can get be a part of that.
Yeah, I teach from the 3rd grade to the 8th grade. Well, let me back up. I'm actually living in Atlanta now, so in the process of, you know, trying to make that happen. But back home in Newark, New Jersey, me and Doodall Dupree Kelly from Lords of the Underground. We had an after-school program, and he hired me, and we pretty much put everything together. But to answer your question, is more and more like of trying to, you know, just talk to the kids to see where their head is at, you know, and then, you know, coaching them into either they want to do the DJing, or if they want to sing, or, you know, rap, because that's what Do It All, Dupree Kelly did with teaching them how to write and stuff. And then, you know, I came in with the production and the DJing, and, you know, we was a big success back home in Newark, New Jersey. So hopefully I'm trying to get that working in Atlanta.
So you have any upcoming events that you want to share with the viewers?
Yeah. Me and my cousin Flip Entertainment, we're in the process of starting the baby powder parties in Atlanta, like we did in Jersey. We looking at my birthday, which is June. So we got that, and then I got a couple other bookings in Kansas for the that's gonna be in July, and then of course my hometown, Newark, New Jersey. So with T-Wise and with other people up there that are going to book me for this summer, and we're gonna make it happen.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question. I really want you to think about it because there's a lot of good DJs out there. My favorite DJs is Louis Vega, Ron Trent, guys like that. How do you feel that you fit in with that category?
Oh wow! I mean, I never thought about that. Fitting in with them. My number one DJ is Hippie Terrales.
Okay.
And I used to go to Zanz and Doc's. And man, he did some incredible things. So it's Hippie. Then there's Timmy Redford.
Right.
And then Louis Vega. Those are my top three right there.
And so, besides playing your stuff, do you support their tracks as well?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. I mean, that's what keep me pretty much in production and producing, because I listen to them, DJing wise and production and stuff. And I'm not ashamed to go listen to other DJs because I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm 60, but I'm still learning because as they get older, they creating new sounds and everything like that. So I want to listen and try to still fit in with that and everything. So ain't no shame in my game. I go and listen and I have my notebook.
I hear that. Yeah. So here goes the big question.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the system.
Oh, wow.
If you guys want to know, he has a story behind this, and I guess you want to share that with the viewers on how you actually acquired that dynamic soul system, that sound system that you have. Okay,
I have the whole complete Zanzibar sound system. A friend of mine, we grew up in the project. His name is Bullet, and he worked with Sharp James, which was the mayor at that time.
Right.
And he was, he said, "Yo, man, do you want the Zanzibar sound system?" I said, "What?" He said, "Man, Sharp James, blah, blah, blah." So I called my cousin Flip. I said, "Yo, man, Sharp James is selling the whole Zanzibar system," because he bought it from Miles, who owns Zanzibar. And he had a club, but it went pretty good, but then it shut down. So he had it all in his garage. So one day he's like, I'm ready to get rid of it. I want to clean out my garage. So I came over there and I said, "Sharp, what's up? What's going on?" He said, "Man, I'm getting rid of this. Do you want it?" I said, "Hell to yeah." So we worked out a price, me and my cousin Flip, we worked out a price with Sharp James, and the rest is history. And I also forgot to tell you, I also have the Club Sensation system on the side, which is owned by Kelly Willoughby. He pretty much worked out the same deal that I worked out with getting the Zanzibar system, because when I retire, I'm donating both sound systems, Zanzibar and Club Sensation, to the Newark Museum.
Right.
And the councilman of Newark, Lionel, he hooked that up and made that happen. So I have the Zanzibar system here in Atlanta, but the Club Sensation sound system is in Newark, up in Newark, and Kelly had that in his store. So whenever the time comes, I don't got no more room to bring all the stuff down here.
Right.
So when I come up to Jersey, and when I do my little outdoor event, I may bring the Club Sensation system out and play. But TY's pretty much got everything sold up in Newark, New Jersey with his system, Maxine.
So let's talk about Cyberjams, because you did a lot of things on Cyberjams as far as first before I even say that, I want to give a big shout out to Sammy Rock.
Yeah.
Sammy's the man for Cyberjams. I did a lot of sets on his show, and I heard a lot of your stuff on his show as well. So how did you actually incorporate with Cyberjams?
Well, me and Sammy go way back, and this is before I even got hired to be on his label. As far as us DJing, and when I was doing my baby powder parties in Atlanta 20 years ago. I brought Sammy down to play with me. I brought a couple of people down. So he asked me, hey man, would you like to join me and do some production and we make this happen. So I said, sure, no problem. Actually, I talked to Sammy today. I sent him 8 new tracks for the new year of 2023. So be on the lookout for some new stuff. Rescue Poet, I know you remember her, so her. And then of course, I'm an old school man with the classics, so
of course,
I did.
You make your signature with that, of course.
Yeah. So I did a lot of remix classics and stuff like that. So we should have them out in the next week or two.
Okay. Are you planning to come back to Jersey and give a reunion?
Oh yes. Oh yeah, definitely. From growing up in the projects, every year they do a reunion. The Stella Rights, Prince Street, Hayes Home, Scudder Home. So I lived in all 3. So if they call me in time, depending on the date, and then I go back up. TY's normally bring me up for Military Park, and Kent Terrain and my cousin Flip, they bring me up for the Zanzibar reunion, with Keith Johnson, Naeem Johnson. So yeah, I'll be up this summer, and of course Coney Island, because they just gave me a award. So they a big thing in Coney Island this summer. So I'll be up in Jersey and New York.
Well, that's cool, because I'm playing Coney Island in June. I was asked to do there. Open up for Frankie Paradise. I did it last summer as well.
Frankie, that's my man.
So, but I'm going to do a little bit different this time. I'm going to bring out my own stuff, have my keyboards hooked up with the drum machines, and I'm going to throw some punch and ride it in with the track.
Hopefully, I'll be up there, because that's my birthday month. So I celebrate my birthday for the whole month of June. So
well, you know what? When I get ready to do it, I'm personally going to call you.
Okay, definitely.
I want to shout out to some Jersey producers, Casio, Frankie Estevaz. Some of my friends like Kesha Link, Crystal Lavelle, Mantry. I'm from New York, but I collaborated with all these guys, and most of them was on my show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
Any shout outs to anyone, Punch?
Well, of course, my family, my moms, and my daughters, my son. Real quick, you remember I told you I had a major surgery with my heart, so
yes, you did.
I have a heart pump and everything, and they was there by my side. Of course, my family and a lot of my friends, man, and they was just there for me, man, and I pulled through. I know we don't got time for me to tell you everything, but yeah, man, again, I died 5 times, and came back to life. Back. So hearing everybody prayer, and my mom,
that definitely works, man. That definitely works.
Yeah, she's a church going person, so of course she said, "You here?" Because the man upstairs, he ain't.
Most definitely. He ain't finished with you, man. He ain't finished with you. He still got a long way to go. But in the meantime, you know, I want to thank you, man, for being on my show, Punch, man. It's been an honor. I'm quite flattered to have you on my show, The Legends. And come back, you know, and let's do it again on the upgrade. You know what I'm saying? But this has been another T-Lo video production. And you guys stay tuned for another episode. This is my guest, DJ Punch. Go out there, get his music. Google him. Get to know his story. You know, and if he has any events, go out there and support the brother, okay? So thanks a lot, man, for coming on the show, man. And I see you guys later. Thank you.
I see you in June.
Most definitely.
Not just mine, his or her house. This is our house.